We've got a camera on today, don't worry, you guys are not in it. However, if you grunt or swear, that will be in it. So let's please be nice today. We're going to start on our hands and knees today. So come into a 4-point kneeling position and let's just warm up the spine a little bit here. So have your knees underneath your hips, hands underneath your shoulders. Let's just shut our eyes down here. Now I want you to allow your ribs to drop down to the mat as we arch our lower back and take a nice big inhale, looking up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, bringing your belly button to your spine, curving that spine, looking in towards your stomach. So we inhale as we look up. And we exhale as we round down. Just make sure we keep that head released from tension. We're just focusing on warming up our backs. Let's take one more in either direction. And then find that point in the middle here. So we're looking between our hands, our toes are untucked. I want you to just find a bit of an engagement in the core. So draw your ribs towards each other, squeeze gently into the stomach. You're gonna lift your right leg and left arm up off the mat. So extend them away, float them up in line with the body, hold it for a second, and then release down. Shift to the other side, extend out. Lift up, pause, release. Now I want you to focus here on the stability in the body. So we are gently squeezing those abs. We're keeping the hips still. We're finding that length and extension as we send the arm and leg away. Good, enjoying that control. Keeping those elbows soft, so always supporting the joints. Let's take 2 more like this. Now on your next one, you're going to hold it there for even longer now, so keep it up, stay. Now I want you to engage deeper into the core. Without moving the spine, tuck the elbow and knee into your center. And then extend them out nice and long. Stay on that side. Tuck in. Extend out. Let's focus again on that breath. Inhale as you tuck. And exhale as you extend. Really finding that length from the fingertips to the toes, while keeping the length in the spine. We take 2 more here. Next one, I want you to hold it again a little bit longer. We're going to drop the leg back down onto the mat. Then you're going to thread that arm underneath the other. Drop that shoulder to the mat. Just take a twist and look up towards the ceiling. Maybe you want to lift the opposite arm up. Really open through the chest and release through your upper back. Breathe into that opening. Take 1 more breath here. As you exhale, come back to your hands and knees. We go onto our second side. So this time your opposite arm and leg are floating up. Extend all the way. Now without moving your spine, tuck them into your center. As you exhale, reach them away. That arm that is on the ground, you want to keep a soft bend through that elbow. So really make sure you are supporting that joint. We're taking the pressure off that elbow. Your neck stays lengthened. We look down to the mat. Let the breath flow as you move. We go for 3. We go for 2. Last one here. You're going to hold it out. Lower the knee. And then thread that arm underneath the body, dropping your shoulder, twist, rotate, look up. Maybe you want to send that opposite arm up. Take a deeper stretch. Breathe into it. Really feel that release. For 3, 2. On 1, we come back up onto our hands and knees. Find that 4-point kneeling. Now from here, I want you to just extend your right leg out long. Float your right leg up in line with the body. Pause. We're looking between our hands. You're just going to tap the right toes down to the mat. Float back up. So we're just bringing a little bit of work into the glute to find that initial activation. Inhale, lower. Exhale to lift. Keeping your neck lengthened. Maybe you want to imagine that you've got a string running through the crown of your head. We are lengthening and pulling that string, allowing it to ricochet down the body through the spine. On your next lift, I want you to keep that leg up. Take little pulses. Now, as you're pulsing that leg, let's just tuck under those left toes if we haven't already. Keep that soft bend in your elbows. Pause there. You're going to tap your right toes back down to the mat. Float back up. This time, I want you to just lift that left knee up to hover and then lower it back down. So tap the right toes down. Lift, hover that left knee up and lower. So as you take that hover, focus on that lower belly. It's a tiny movement. Squeeze those abs to lift that knee up. We've just got 3 more here. We go for 2. Last 1. And release, shift straight to your second side. Left leg lengthens. We lift it up. Now lower it down with your inhale. Lift it up with your exhale. Keeping that string lengthened, allowing the neck to lengthen. Good, we're just gently activating into that left glute. Tap and up, beautiful. 2 more here. Hold it on that next one and pulse, pulse. Good, for 3, for 2. Hold it on 1, let's tuck those right toes under. Left foot taps down. Lift, float the right knee up, lower it down. Left leg taps, lift, right knee hovers, release. Now you are just floating it up a tiny bit. We're loading into those arms. We're activating deeper into our core. 2 more here. Final 1. Drop the knees both down, untuck your toes. Meet me in a child's pose. So drop the hips back, release your head down. Good, allowing your stomach to release on your thighs. Good, I want you to send your weight through your hands, walk them further away from you. We're going to roll up through that cat stretch, so send your spine to the ceiling. We're going to continue forwards till we bring our weight onto our hands. Let's drop the hips down and roll your shoulders, look up towards the ceiling. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, slowly lower to the mat. We're coming onto our stomachs. Now I want you to look down at the mat, place your forehead on the mat. Open your feet out wide so they're on the end corners of the mat. Have your hands in a cactus, so on either side. Head is down. Now we're going to float the head and arms up just to hover. So it is a tiny movement. Lift, lower back down. Float up, lower back down. Good. Now as we do this, I want you to tuck your pelvis under. Make sure those glutes are squeezing. So we're supporting that lower back. Keeping that string through the crown of our head, lengthening us. It's a tiny movement. If you lift up too high, you take the work out of the upper back and into your lower back. So we want to work through that thoracic spine, that upper back. Good. On your next one, we're going to stay in that hover. Hold it. Now you're going to extend your arms overhead. I want you to bend the elbows back into a cactus. Draw them all the way into the side of the body. Flip the palms, lift them to the ceiling, and then reverse back into the shoulders, lower down. So come into that hover. Extend overhead, keep it slow. Bend it back all the way into the side of the body. Extending the arms behind you, flipping those wrists. Draw it back in, extend and lower, beautiful. Let's take a few more here. Now make sure as you stay in that hover, you are really activating in your glutes. The whole body is active here, even though we're working through the upper back. Let's take 3 more in your own time. Remember, if you're feeling it through your lower back, you're lifting too high. Good, final one. Now you're going to stay in your hover, reset those arms to your cactus, and just pulse. Pulse. Squeeze the glutes deeper. Press the tops of the feet down into your mat. We pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Child's pose. Press straight back. Allow the spine to curve in the other direction. Drop the hips to the heels. Let's release that head down. Good. I want you to flip over onto your back. So come down to lying. Let's bring the feet onto the mat. Let's bring our hands behind the head straight away. So allow the head to be fully released into the arms. Elbows wide, feet are planted. Now just feel your hips on the mat for a second here. Make sure they are level. The pelvis isn't tucking under. It's not arching away. It's just releasing. It's nice and heavy into the mat. We're going to squeeze that lower belly first. Take it up into a crunch. Curl, look towards your stomach, and then release down with control. Elbows stay wide. We curl up, take that crunch. Gently release back down. Really being careful here not to use momentum, but to use that stomach. We zip up our core, starting from those lower abs, lifting up. Beautiful work. Let's take 3 more just like this. We go for 2. Now on your next one, you're going to stay up in that crunch, and I want you to just take pulses. Now make sure your eyes are looking to your belly button. We're pulsing from that lower belly first. It's all about that pelvic floor here. Those inner abs. We pulse for 3, 2, stay up on 1. Now I want you to extend your arms down by your side. Palms are hovering. You're going to reach your right fingertips towards your right toe. So crunch to the side and then go on to the other side. Left fingertips to left toes. So we're going side to side here, looking towards our belly, keeping that length in the neck. Crunching into that obliques, the waist, the muscles that run down the side of the core. Now if it's too much through your neck, you can bring one hand behind. Take a few of those twists, and maybe you want to switch arms. But we want to try to keep those shoulder blades off the mat. Stay in that lift. We're not rushing it. We're working with that control. We go for 4, 3, 2. On 1, you're going to release the head, lift the arms to the ceiling. Allow your head to drop into the mat. Feet stay planted into the mat as they are, but we're going to lift our hips up into a bridge. So squeeze the glutes, float the hips up. We lower the hips straight down to the mat, but bring them to just hover and then lift back up. Lower down to hover, lift back up. Inhale, straight down. Exhale, lift up. Really press the feet down into your mat. Make sure you are grounded here. Every part of the foot can feel the mat beneath it. Good, keep reaching those fingertips up. We go for 3. We go for 2. On your next one, you're gonna hold the hips up a little bit higher. From here, we just lift our heels off the mat, come onto the ball of the foot, then lower the heels back down, roll through the foot. We lift up, lower down, bring some work into the calves. Also find some stability work through the ankles, and then roll and massage out the foot. So we're really rolling through our arch. Keep the hips up, the glutes stay on. Let's check we're not holding that breath. We go for 4, 3, 2. We're gonna keep our heels up on one. Now I want you to keep those heels lifted here. Lower your hips back down to the mat. Bring your arms overhead as you lower those hips, and then send them back up to the ceiling. Lower down, reaching through your fingertips. Lift up, engaging those glutes. Beautiful. Really focus on keeping the length here through those arms. They stay active as we move. Let's take 4 more here. Remember, we're still on the ball of the foot. The heels are raised. The calves are working. Good. Let's go for 2. Now on your next one, stay up in that bridge. Let's just open and close the knees here. Press out, squeeze that inner thigh together, draw in. Open, close. Good. Keep the ball of the foot on the ground, keep the heel lifted. We've got a nice big range here. Really think inner thighs. Good, we go for 4, 3, 2, last one. Draw the knees together, let's hold it. You're gonna lower the hands down to the mat. You're gonna roll through the foot, lower the heel, and then drop from the chest, roll down through the spine, lower the hips, and then gently drop your knees side to side, releasing out your lower back. Release your head, release the body into the mat. Good. All right, we plant the feet back down, hands stay by our side this time. And again, just feel your pelvis really heavy into the mat. We're bringing our attention to that space between the 2 front hip bones. Now engaging into that space, float your right leg first into tabletop, and then float the left leg to follow. Make sure that space is engaged. Lower the right foot all the way down to fully release. Lower the left foot all the way down. This time we lead with the left leg. Float, right foot follows, left leg lowers, right leg lowers. Now as we do this, use that exhale as the feet float up. Use that inhale as they lower. Try to release your upper body into the mat. Keep your attention between that space between the 2 hip bones. And try not to let that pelvis move. It doesn't tilt away. It doesn't flatten down. Good. Exhaling up. Inhaling down. Take 1 more here on either side, in either direction. This time I want you to keep those legs in tabletop. Good. Now if you're feeling stable today, let's float the arms up. We're going to extend our right leg out long. Lower it down to the mat, allow it to hover, and then draw that right leg back in. Other side, extend, lower, draw it back into tabletop. Now you can do this with your hands by your side. You can do this with your arms up to the ceiling. And if you're feeling super stable, maybe you want to extend the opposite arm overhead as you move. So you've got those 3 options. Mainly focusing on that leg. It's extending, it's lowering as far as you can control, and it's drawing in. Now as you extend it away, I don't want that back to arch away from the mat. As you bring it in, I don't want it to flatten, it stays in our neutral position. Really enjoying that length through the body. Exhale away. Inhale back through center. We take just 2 more here. Good. Last one. Now reset those legs back to tabletop. Make sure your knees are over your hips, your shins are parallel, hands come behind the head. Now I want you to reach your left elbow across the body to that right knee. We take a twist across. Now your left foot is going to tap the ground at the same time. Then we're going to fully release down into the mat. Other side, we twist across, that same leg taps, and we release. We deepen the work into that obliques. So we want to really twist the whole torso here. Really allow the entire body to move. Exhaling up and inhaling down. So look to the side of your mat. Good. Remember, if you're feeling too much pressure through your lower back at any point, you can place the feet on the mat and just take that crunch across the body. So you have always got this option with the feet down to support that lower back. We have 4 more here. Do not rush it, keep it slow. Try to keep your elbows wide as you take that crunch. Good, let's go for 2. We're taking 1 more. You're going to lower the head down. Keep the legs in tabletop. If they're on the ground, lift them up. We're extending the legs to the ceiling. We're going to bring our arms up towards the ceiling. Let's create a pistol with the fingertips. I want you to reach your hands up towards the feet. Take a crunch. Lower down, then reach the arms across that right leg. Crunch up. Lower down, then reach them across that left leg. Crunch up. Lower down. So we come through center first. Exhale up. Inhale, lower. Then we go across that right foot. And then we go across that left foot. Good. Now we're reaching through those fingertips. Exhale each time you come up. Inhale each time you lower. Beautiful. Just a few more here. Let's take one last one. Wherever you are, you're going to end with your head down. You're going to bring your hands down to the mat. Let's take a flex through the feet. Extend your legs as much as you can. We're going to take an inhale here. Now as we exhale, I'm going to count to 5. We're lowering the feet all the way down for 5. 4. Try to keep your head on the ground. For 3. Really extend those legs. For 2. 1, release. Bring your arms up overhead, stretch through the body, reaching through your fingertips. Good, maybe you want to just rock your hips side to side here. Good, really reach up through those fingertips. We're going to take a lovely big inhale now. So bring the energy towards those fingertips. As we exhale, we are taking a roll up to sitting, reaching the arms to the ceiling, bringing your head to your chest, squeezing the abs. We come up and we take a forward fold over those legs. Let's stretch the spine, allowing the head to drop down. Good, re-stacking back up. We're coming onto our right side. So spin around on your mat if you need so you can still see. We're laying out on that right arm. Now I want your knees bent here at the front of your mat. So they should be just on the edge at the front. Your feet are bent. They're in line with your hips at the back of your mat, in line with the body. Engaging into your core by pressing that top hip away, squeezing the abs. We're going to float our left leg up. So activate that glute, float it up towards the ceiling and then lower it down. We want to keep that knee really bent here. Squeeze up and lower. Now remember, it's not about how high you can kick that leg. You want to make sure the glute is activating to move that leg. With each exhale, we're floating up, keeping that engagement in the core, and then we're lowering down with our inhales. Good. Making sure we lead the movement from the glute. Try to keep those hips stacked on top of each other. Try not to collapse through your side body, but keep it lifted away from the mat. Lovely. On your next one, we're going to keep our leg up and you're just going to take little pulses. Now each pulse is coming from that left glute. For 3, 2, hold it on 1. Now I want you to rotate internally. Tap that left knee down to the mat and then float the leg straight back up. So tap it down, really engage the core and then lift back up. Inhale as you lower, keeping that knee bent the whole time, guys. Exhale as you lift. Good. We're taking a rotation in that hip joint. Good. Feel that abductor switch on as you open the knee back up. We go 3 more here. We go for 2. On that next one, you're going to keep that leg lifted now. Now we are just lowering it down to hip height, and then we're floating it back up. Keep it bent. Let's lower to hip height. Lift back up. Good. Down and up. Inhale as you lower. Exhale as you lift. I want to see a movement really slow. Remember, we're not fully releasing. We go for 3. We go for 2. It's like taking a big pulse. On 1, keep that leg lifted, almost there now. From here, I want you to drop the leg down. Then you're going to bring it all the way in, sort of towards you, round and up. We're taking a circle here. It's like you're drawing a circle with your knee. Down, in, round, up, and back. Good. Circling around. Try to keep that bottom hip still. Try to keep that top hip stacked on the bottom one. Nice, big, juicy circles here for 3 more. Remember, we create that tension for ourselves by really squeezing that glute. 2. Let's take 1 more and then we reverse. So now the leg comes forward, down, back, and up. So we take that circle in the other direction. Keep your leg active. Keep that control. We go for 3. We go for 2. Don't worry, guys, we're almost there on 1. Let's leave that leg lifted. Go back to our pulses here to finish it. Squeeze deeper with each pulse. Good. Lift it a little bit higher for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower, down. Good, lovely work. We'll take a stretch here. So come up to sitting, extend your legs long. Now we're going to stretch that left glute. So place the left foot on top of the right. Plant the foot down, hug the knee in, and then take a twist. Now we want to rotate the body, look to the back of the mat. Imagine that string through the crown of your head again, lengthening your spine before you twist. So we want to twist in that lengthened position so we really stretch out the glute. We create space for the spine to move. Each exhale allows you to sink deeper, to twist further. Let's take 1 more breath here. Exhale deeper and release. We are coming straight to our second side. We're laying out on that left arm, working into that right glute. So releasing the head down, having those knees stacked, knees at the front, hips and heels at the back. Good. Again, grab that top hip for me and push it away from you to engage the core. Make sure that core stays on the whole time. We squeeze our right glute, float the leg up, and then lower down, releasing that tension. Exhale up. Inhale down. Now, important here not to actually lead with the knee, but bring the whole leg together. We want to be working into the side of the glute. Good. Feel that control as you move. Feel that strength into your right side. Good, guys. 2 more here. We're going to keep that leg up and take little pulses. Remember, the pulse comes from that glute. Squeeze it up for 3. Squeeze it up for 2. We're going to hold it on 1. Nice. Now I want you to internally rotate. Tap the knee down to the mat. And then open, float the leg back up. Tap down, lift up. Important here to feel that engagement deep in the core to keep the hips still. Nice work, guys. Really think mind to muscle here. It's all about that right side. Good work. We go for 3. We go for 2. On your next one, you're going to keep that leg lifted now. We lower just halfway down, about to hip height. Then float back up. Keep that tension on. We lower to hip height, lift up. Think of zipping up through that core, engaging in deep. So do not let that leg drop all the way down. Good. Keep the breath flowing. If it helps, shut the eyes down, really focus on that muscle we're working. We go for 2. You're going to hold it up on that next one. Now we take those circles, lower all the way down, bring that leg forwards, lift it up, round and back. We keep the knee bent, make those circles big without moving the hips. So you still are working through your own range here. Really try to find the mobility in those hips while building strength in the glute. Good, let's reverse that circle. It goes behind us, up, forwards, down. Continue to move it. I want a deeper engagement in the core for these last 2 circles. Good, on that next one, we keep our leg up and pulse. Pulse. Good, for 4, 3, 2, 1, release, down. Nice work, guys. Let's come up to sitting. Let's extend our legs long. And I want you to re-stack again through that spine. Lengthen here, bend our right knee, place it on top of that left leg. Plant the foot down and then take that twist towards the right side. So really rotate all the way to the back of your mat. Just like before, each exhale is twisting us further. Allowing the spine to lengthen a little bit more. Really send those sit bones down into your mat. Let's take one more breath. Exhale, deepen that stretch, and then come out of it here. Good, we're gonna come into a kneeling position now. So, option here, if you can, I want you to start with those toes tucked under, like this, so we're sitting back on the heels. If that becomes too much, you can untuck the toes, sit down, maybe you wanna come to a high kneeling. So figure out what is more comfortable for you. If you can though, try start with those toes tucked. So in this kneeling position here, I want you to draw the ribs together, engage that core gently, and then float your arms out to the side, a little bit of arm work here to finish. So we're gonna start by just circling through those arms. Now we mainly wanna focus on the arms working, so try not to let them bend, keep them lengthened. Let's circle in the other direction. Good, and if it helps you here, maybe you want to just shut the eyes down and listen into the directions. From here, we're going to pulse the arms up and down. Good, stay long through that spine. Now we're just going to rotate the arms, so we're going to flip the palms up and down. Breathing through it. Let's reach our arms up to the ceiling. Let's bend the elbows into the side of the body. Reach up, bend in. Good, guys. I encourage you to stay on those toes if you can. It's going to release a lot of tension through the foot, which will lead up into the spine and the head. On your next one, you're going to keep those arms bent in. Now I want you to rotate the arms in. We're going to take a tricep kick back, extend behind, bend back in, extend behind, bend in. Now you're straightening the arms fully behind you. Feel that extension, then bend. Feel it come in, good. Let's take one more. Bring the arms back to the shoulders, extend back out, back to those circles. Good, lengthen your neck. Lovely. The direction with your circles. We want to build strength and endurance in the arms here, so do not drop them down. Let's take pulses. And let's flip those wrists up and down. Good. Create that resistance for yourself. Bring tension to the arms. Let's lift the arms up, bend in, float up, and each time you bend down, feel those lats pulling down your back, those big muscles on the back drawing in. For 3, 2, on our next one, we keep those arms in, extend, kick behind, bend in. You might want to hinge forward slightly here to create space for the arms to move. Holding for a second each time those arms are extended back, really straighten them out. For 3, 2, 1, we come back out to the side, go again, circles. Let's bring more energy into those arms, really straighten them out. The direction with your circles. Good. And let's pulse up and down. And let's flip those wrists. Try to bring the arms a little bit higher if you can. Lift up, bend down. Reach up, draw it down. Good, glide those shoulder blades down the spine. Especially as we do this, create that tension. Really imagine that muscle coming down the back. One more here, then we go into those kickbacks. Extend back, bend in, back, and in. You want quite rigid arms here, so you're creating that work in those muscles. Good. For 2, 1, let's come back out to the side, go again, circle those arms, good. As it starts to get hard, maybe you want to shut the eyes down, really focus on what we're doing, other way with those circles. Maybe you want to shut the eyes down and forget what we're doing. Let's pulse the arms up and down. Good, let's flip those wrists. Good, guys. Do not drop the arms down now. Try to stay with me. We're gonna reach the arms up, bend back down, reach up, bend down. Let's go for 3, 2, we're gonna hold them down, extend behind, bend in, reach back, fully extend, come in. If you can, stay on those toes. Try to fight the will to come out of it. Let's extend the arms back out. Let's go again. Little circles. Now, if any arms drop down in this round, we do another round. If you do it perfectly, then we're done. Good, other way with those circles. Breathing into it. I'm watching, no arms down. Let's pulse. You can smile as well if you want. Makes it feel better. And let's flip those arms. Do not drop them. We're so close, guys. You don't want to do another round because I don't want to do another round. Good, let's reach up, bend in. Last few here. Up and in. Good. For 3, 2, we're going to end with those triceps. Extend back and in. Back and in. For 3, for 2, 1, and release. If those toes are tucked, untuck them. Just gently tap out the feet. If they were tucked, bring some movement back into the toes. Otherwise, guys, we're going to come into a child's pose. Drop the hips down. I want you to release your head. Bring your arms by your sides so the shoulders can release. And just drop the head into the mat. Allowing the body to sink down. Exhaling out that breath. We're going to take a breath in to finish. So I want you to roll up off the ground, roll through your spine, re-stacking, lifting your arms to the ceiling. Exhaling, let it go, dropping down, re-stacking that spine. And we'll finish there, guys. Thank you. Lovely work.